Hello baby boys and welcome to Creusa Sims. My name is Creusa Darwin, I'm from Strangetown and this is Gay marriage is not legal in The Sims. When you love someone in today's society, apparently this is a thing. You can get married to that person. And what does that mean anyway? I don't know, have your own family and work together, go through shit together, but also like a lot of happy moments as well, I guess. I don't know. I was never married, but that's, beside the point of the video. So yes, initially marriage had nothing to do with love, religion, or the Catholic Church. It wasn't really like anybody's dreams, nothing like that. Originally, marriage was to bind women to men, so the man would be sure that his child was indeed his biological heir. Okay, so very romantic. Well, in this context, I believe gay marriage did not make a lot of sense, I'm assuming, but yeah, I think so. Obviously, today's context is completely different, so thank God. So of course, same-sex marriage or like opposite gender marriage, I don't know, pick your fighter, it is all legal, it is all allowed and welcomed, well, at least in the USA and also my country, Brazil, okay? So props for that word, we're going somewhere, I guess, and I'm really happy for it. But it hasn't always been like that for our Sims. Yeah, gay marriage used to be not illegal, but impossible. Yes, that's a better word. In both Sims 1 and 2. That's crazy, right? But that's true. Sims 1 is a game from 2000, but it looks like a game from like the 80s or the 90s, at least in my opinion. Like the whole aesthetic, the graphics and everything looks so old, but in a good way, in a classic way, okay? I love Sims 1. So anyway, back in the year 2000, representation was not a big thing, not at all. Actually, same-sex relationships were not even supposed to be a part of Sims 1, but they end up being by accident, I guess. I can make a video about that in the future. And actually, gay marriage was not even a thing back then, not really. USA only acknowledged gay marriage for the very first time in 2004 and for one state only. Massa sausage. I don't know how to pronounce this word. Obviously, give me some credit, okay? But yeah, when Sims 1 was released, gay marriage was not allowed in real life, neither in the game. Okay, so let's break down marriage in Sims 1. Marriage here was nothing more than a social interaction, really. Because we don't feature family trees back in Sims 1, nobody is really related to each other, not even like parents and their offspring or siblings or married couples. Other than the social interaction itself, there is really nothing to marriage in this game. Sims will be jealous of anyone they love. They don't need to be married for that. Everybody who lives or moves in together in this game will share the same last name, so this is also not related to the actual marriage. Even if the Sims are just living together, no matter the sex, no matter the relationship, as long as they're both adults, a phone call can ask if they want to adopt a child. There's not even a flag like in the other games. So yeah, even though gay marriage is not a thing back in Sims 1, marriage at all is not a thing, so who cares? I'm just kidding. But my point is, a married couple and two adults living together in Sims 1 equals the same. There is no difference, okay? Back then, Sims 1 was not Sims 1, it was just The Sims. Nobody knew the game was going to be such a hit and, let alone picture a Sims 2, 3, 4 and 5, cause 5 is just around the corner in the future. so it would be so risky for them to feature a lot of representation stuff in this game, let alone gay marriage, when gay marriage was not even legal in the USA. So, in one hand, this could have, damaged the game for good, and maybe we wouldn't have, I don't know, Sims 2. So I completely understand why gay marriage is not a possibility back in TS1. But even so, the devs tried to be inclusive as they could. I feel like almost everybody is on the same page about this, but Melissa and Chris' roomies, they are not just roomies, okay? They are actually something more. Everybody sees these two as a lesbian couple, and I love that. I don't know, their style, and they have some chemistry as well. Yeah, they do appear to be more than just friends. But we don't know for sure, but I do think these two were added to the game as a hidden way of representing an LGBT relationship. That's, crazy, but Sims 4 is around for 10 years already. But Sims 1 lifespan was much shorter. The game ended in 2004, so only 4 years of Sims 1 being the king. Then Sims 2 was born. 2004 was actually a big year for our community. That is, the LGBT community, not the Sims 1. Well, also the Sims, but whatever. Yeah. 2004 was the very first year same-sex marriage was acknowledged in USA, by the law, that is. Like I said in the beginning of the video, it was just on wait a second. Massachusetts. Okay, I think that's the closest that I'm going to get, so good. It was just for that state, but it was already like a big step on the right direction. This happened on May 17, while Sims 2 was released on September 14. That is 4 months later. And so we know for a fact that Sin City is not located any place near Massachusetts, as gay marriage was not a thing back in TS2 either, so... I mean, same-sex Sims can throw a little wedding party here, this can be so much fun I guess, but they cannot actually get married, they can only perform a joined union, which sounds horrible to me, but yeah, that was the reality of the game. And while I can somewhat understand why Sims 1 was the way that it was, I feel like gay marriage would have not hurt Sims 2 at all. Like I said, the expression joined union gives me the ick already, but believe me, it gets worse. In this game, there is this really cool gameplay feature, wants and fears. So if a sim fulfill a want, they will gain aspiration points, but if a fear becomes reality instead, they will lose points. That's when things get really disgusting to me though, because wants related to getting married, that is straight marriages, will make your sims gain more points than the ones related to joined unions. This is basically the game acknowledging that a marriage and a joined union are not the same and do not hold the same value. Again, I feel like I need to repeat this. I understand different times and everything. I'm just looking at it now and it is sad. I understand why the game is the way that it is. But, it is sad. It is really sad to look back and realize that we lived in such a poor world that people cannot even get married to their loved ones inside of a game, okay? So, I mean, neither inside of a game, neither in real life. And in a lot of places, it's still like that. So, that's so crazy to me, but that's the world we live in. But of course, our beloved Sims community have fixes for that, okay? I'm saying fixes because 100% this was a huge mistake. Back in 2008, the amazing creator 2Jeffes created a mod that replaces joined unions for marriages. and that is in Wants, Fears, and Memories. Finally, in 2009, Sims 3 was born, and for the very first time, same-sex Sims could get married. Now, gay marriage was much more than an option, it was a reality already happening inside of the game. I'm talking about the very first LGBT couple in this franchise, Audrey and Dylan Shear. Yes, they are a couple of lesbians, or a lesbian couple, I guess. That's better. They're both female Sims and married to each other, by the way, so how cool is that? Oh, and it gets even better because they have a little baby boy together, Charlie. So, on top of that, they are moms. They are a family. This is so solid and so cool. But actually, Audrey and Dylan Shear were just one of the many Sims, LGBT Sims that we had in TS3, so this game was really ahead of its time. Yeah, I mean, the idea of someone not being able to marry someone that they love just because of sex, it's crazy to me still. But gay marriage was only a thing for every state of USA in 2014. That is 5 years later than Sims 3, so Sims 3 was actually, like I said, ahead of its time, and this makes me love this game even more. Sadly enough, it was also in 2014 that a big hate crime happened against our community. That is, the Sims community, not the LGBT one. Sims 4 was born. Now, this is actually the only topic that nobody can dish Sims 4 about, okay? Because representation was always a big thing for this game. Well, actually, I need to correct myself, okay? I'm talking about LGBT representation because we had some other problems like whitewashing and stuff in this game, but other than that, oh my god, when it comes down to LGBT representation, they are doing such an amazing job. This game features so many LGBT Sims, but not only that, it also features, gay marriage, gay rights, and transgender Sims, which is amazing. As you guys know, I'm transgender myself, so yeah. We talked a lot about gay marriage, but let's talk about a straight one. What about that? Yes, because in Sims 4 we had the very first transgender woman added to the game. I'm talking about, of course, the one and only Celeste Michelson, and she's married to a man. So how cool is that? I mean, not only they are a couple, a happy couple, they also have 2 little kids together, so how cool is that? They form a beautiful family, and I love that. From gay marriage not even being an option to join the unions, ick, to, LGBT Sims being able to do whatever they want and being whoever they want. That's how much progress we achieve, and it's magic, okay? I gotta say, Sims 4 is amazing for that. I mean, the game sucks for all the right reasons, but there is also good stuff in this game, okay? We have to acknowledge that from time to time, I guess. And some people will be like saying that my channel is too political, or that I'm woke or something, I don't know, but to be honest, a lot of content creators in the Sims community are white, cisgender, straight women, and I love them, I really do, but they will not be talking about these topics the way that I do. So I have to be here representing my community and talking about it, not only because it matters, but because I really like to, and I like to connect with this audience, So this is why I talk about it. This is why, yes, you can say my channel is somewhat political, because I will always defend what I think is right. And, gay marriage, come on now, this is so right. Be gay, be straight, be bi, be cisgender, transgender, or non-binary. I don't really care as long as you like the video and leave a comment, okay? So yes, this was today's video. I hope that you baby boys enjoy it, and if so, show me some love. I'll see you in the next one. XOXO, Creusa Darwin, and do that shit.